Between being a full-time dad, full-time employee, and full-time student, going to the gym, waiting on broccoli head to stop flexing and curling in the squat rack just doesn't make sense. I don't have enough time for that. So here we are in my home gym, built on a budget. Now I'm sure you've thought about building your own home gym before, and then you get on Rogue or Rep's website, you start looking through. It's a couple grand just for a rack. Well, that can be pretty discouraging, but I'm going to show you how to build your home gym on a budget. Stay till the end, show you how much I spent on mine. Now, before we get to that, we got a leg day to finish. All right, so as an added bonus, I'm going to take you through my leg day workout, which only consists of 4 exercises, starting off with squat. So, you already saw we hit our 415 for the day, which is the highest weight that we are going to be hitting, and we now have 375 pounds. Now wait a minute, you know gym math? Because that looks like 365, doesn't it? Well, I'm glad you said something, because the first item that is our budget find is Texas Squat Bar. So, Texas Squat Bar retails for $400. I picked it up for $250 from a gentleman who was having shoulder problems, so he only uses safety squat bars now. And these puppies weigh 55 pounds, Vice 45. They are much stiffer and they have knurling all the way across the bar. If you compete, you got to make sure that your federation allows squat bars. If not, then of course go ahead and practice with your power bars. But I also like this because it sticks to my back, doesn't go anywhere, whereas I have a power bar that's right down there that I dumped with 475 pounds because I decided to squat shirtless with nothing except chalk on my back. Didn't go well. So, yeah, but let's do these squats.
Artlist.io. Artlist.io.
Now, we're moving on to RDLs, which leads us to our next budget buy, the deadlift platform. All right, so this deadlift platform cost us $100 when we bought it. It was from a gentleman who was getting ready to move, so didn't need it anymore. Made out of 5 4x8 pieces of wood along with 2 horse stall mats. And then my wife did the customization to it that you can see, and it's done us pretty well. We've had it for about 3 years. I don't know how long the gentleman before us had it, but even once this gives out, probably just build one just like it. Now, what is a deadlift platform without a deadlift bar? Yep, this is a Texas deadlift bar. The green matches the deadlift platform. Didn't plan that. In fact, I'll be honest, I didn't even think about that until right this second. So, yeah. But anyways, picked this up because there was a powerlifting federation that got caught up in an alleged SA scandal. So they were switching federations, and their federation did not allow deadlift bars, whereas WRPF did. So your boy ended up with this for $200. At the end, I'll tell you what it was worth.
Artlist.io.
Well, you guessed it. Next exercise is RDLs, or Romanian deadlifts. These are really good for your hamstrings, but it's not why you're here, is it? You didn't turn this video on to watch me pick barbells up. You came here because you want to know how to build a home gym. All I've done so far is tell you how much money I've saved. Well, let's get to the first thing. So, Play It Again Sports. Love them. They have both new and used equipment that is typically marked down, and then every week that an item doesn't sell, they give it a color tag, and each color tag has X% off. So you can get all kinds of barbells or dumbbells or 45-pound weights or whatever there, really. They even have racks. However, I've seen their new racks. Would not trust most of those because remember, you're going to be standing in that. But we picked up 6 45-pound weights for 30 cents a pound, which, if you know the industry, that is really good. Anything below $1 a pound for most items, you're doing all right. But 6 brand new plates at 30 cents a pound, it's pretty solid. Now, you're worried about tolerance. For the love of God, I wouldn't even look at them. Willing to bet that if I placed these weights on a scale, they're probably off by a pound, maybe 2, but not really that concerned about that. Maybe later on, if that's a video you guys want to see, we'll weigh our different items around here and we'll actually see how much intolerance it is. That actually sounds like a good video. Plus, I would just kind of like to know. In fact, I'd probably end up marking what the weights actually are if they're that far off. That way I can kind of balance. But yeah, so first recommendation is using stores like Play It Again Sports. Academy is another good one if you want to go for new. Cat Barbell right now actually has a $300 set with a barbell and I think it's 210 pounds and bumper plates. But a little later we're going to sit down together and I'm going to show you live some different deals, that being one of them. But yeah, go check it out, your local Play It Again Sports. If you go on their website, chances are anything good won't be there. I actually found these plates from Facebook Marketplace. One of their employees posted it there. That's how I ended up getting them. Yeah. Sorry, head still rushing from the RDLs.
Music licensing reimagined.
Alright, the next tip is going to be watch for deals. All these workout equipment organizations are always having some sort of a sale going on, especially, of course, you got things like Black Friday. But Frey, Titan, Rep, Rogue, all of those companies, RitFit, that's a real good one, especially if you want to look for a leg press hack squat combination. I very much am planning on getting one of theirs, but they're always running sales. So whatever equipment you want to get, of course, compare the different models across your competitors. However, watch and wait for them to go on sale. Plus, if you are a veteran, military, or first responder, a lot of these organizations already have discount programs in place because of what you do, which, by the way, thank you for what you do. But you can check that on like GovX, or of course just Google it. I don't even know why I'm telling you how to find it in this day and age. You should know how to look for discounts and Google if anybody has any. But yeah, check for sales. That's how we actually ended up with this thing, which is Titan, by the way. Look for sales. By the way, next exercise is leg curls, if you haven't figured that out. Oh, hell yeah. My wife just got home. One of my favorite things ever is Milo's freaking 0-calorie sweet tea. You're surprised with a whole gallon. Ugh. Like sigh off God, what's the show? Duck Dynasty. There you go. But anyways, next up we have 270 pound leg extensions, and our next tip. So start with the tip. My next tip for you is going to be to make sure that you're pretty active, staying on top of looking for these deals. I've actually got a real life example for today. Up in Knoxville, Tennessee, there was someone who posted 5 through 55 pound hex dumbbells with a rack for $250. So of course I tried to jump on that. Messaged him immediately, sent it to my wife, and by the time I went back to check it again, which was like, I don't know, 15-20 minutes later, it was already sold. So you can find crazy good deals. In fact, there's a whole Facebook group that's it's built around home gyms. You know what? It's somewhere around me right now. Well, I don't know where to put it yet. We'll see when we're editing the video. But yeah, make sure that you stay on top. I'll be honest, I check Facebook Marketplace like more than daily. It's probably rather than doom scrolling, I look at cars, trucks, and gym stuff. So yeah, I don't know, that's the recommendation is just make sure that you're constantly looking, make sure that you're in groups to find this kind of equipment. And the more that you search these on Facebook, you search the word barbell, rep, dumbbells, whatever, then of course it's like your For You page. You'll start seeing items that correlate to the kind of thing that you want to look for. So let's get these extensions knocked out.
Music licensing reimagined.
That's never happened before.
Artlist.io.
Yeah, there we go. It's a self-weight drop set. Wow, I had one chance at saying that, and I messed that all the way up. Alright, well, my wife is always telling me got some tree trunk legs, so we're gonna go over, we're gonna talk to Seymour, see what he thinks. Alright, I would like you to meet Seymour. Seymour, this is the audience. He's kind of shy. But all right, let's see here. Seymour, I think I got you beat, buddy. What do you think? I think I got him beat. All right, well, that's it for the workout and our little trip to see Seymour. So next, I am gonna go shower since I'm all nice and sticky, and then you and I are gonna go on a little Facebook and internet adventure, see what kind of deals we can find for you.
Said I'll be back, didn't I? Go back outside.
All right. let's look and see what kind of deals we can find. First, let's look some bumper plates. Now, you could go with steel plates if you wanted to. I'm looking at bumper plates, thinking along the lines of if you're a power lifter, then you're going to want a deadlift. You don't have a deadlift platform yet, so bumper plates are probably your safest bet. So, I looked at several different comparable organizations that make these bumper plates, and they're all kind of around the same thing. So here we're looking at 250 pounds for 559, 260 for 582. So that puts you up to 305 along with a bar. I would look for something used most likely rather than buying something like this new. It's just going back to the I would pay approximately $1 a pound for something decent. I don't think I would ever pay this much for new myself. Moving on, of course you need a barbell. So I selected the blemished Texas Power Bar. Now, when it comes to blemished bars, Texas is very, very reputable to get a blemished bar. They have a very rigorous quality assurance program where if there is absolutely any issue on any knurling or nicks or scratches or anything along those lines, they will not send it as a regular bar. They will only send it as a blemish. It is a fantastic way to get a fantastic bar. You'll learn that I love Texas bars. Of course, a lot of people like Rogue more. I do have a Rogue Ohio bar. There's nothing wrong with it. They're pretty great. But this would be my choice if I was to rebuild a home gym new. Moving on, I just selected budget-wise a tall squat stand. This one is Titan Fitness for $440. Now, of course, there are lesser brands that you can go with. The issue with that when it comes to a squat rack, whether you're doing 2-post or 4-post, is you need to understand you are putting yourself and your safety at the mercy of the rack that you buy. You will run into capacities of either 700 or 1,000 pounds if they're reputable reputable racks. There, I can't speak. So I would be fine with a 700 as long as you're not planning on going over 500 pounds on the rack. If you're going to go over 500, I would get at least 1,000. I believe mine's rated at 1,000. So that is one thing that I would check. I also like 3x3-inch posts, but that's just a preference of mine. So we're looking at 440 here for the squat stand. So what, 4, 5, 6, approximately 7. So you're looking at like what, 1,300-ish for that whole thing. There's a lot better deals that you can do if you go used. So we'll talk about that in a minute. We're still going on new. This is something that I really like. If you have a little bit more of a budget, this is something that I would highly recommend looking into. RitFit has been growing in the industry pretty quickly in the past several years, and they've proven themselves to be very reputable. So this is the RitFit M1 Pro Smith Machine Home Gym Comprehensive All-in-One Workout System, which I believe it is. Minus, I like leg machines, partially due to I have a bum knee, so being able to have a stabilized way to work my legs is very nice for me. But past that, in this case, you get quite a bit of weight. You have a built-in Smith machine. I am a big fan of Smith machines. I don't care what anybody says. Not having to use your stabilizer muscles will allow you to get bigger. And it just seems pretty well put together. I've seen some very good reviews on this. And another function that this one has is that functional trainer. So you can see if I can't zoom. Oh, here we go. So here we have the two handles for the functional trainer, and then you can see it is plate loaded, which is perfectly fine. And that not only gives you a 2-in-1 or 3-in-1, 4-in-1, but a lot of in one. How about that? It's a very capable rack. But it also cuts down on the amount of machines that you need as well. It cuts down on your footprint for your, whether it's a garage gym, basement gym, if you're building it in a room in your house, cuts down on a lot of space, makes it really nice. So this is a fantastic way to start. However, you do still need to buy a barbell. So you can add that cost into the 2100 there. Now, another item or set of items that I really like here is the RitFit Signature Lower Body Set. $1,100 and you get a hack squat, leg press, leg extension, and leg curl machine. Now, I have not had the opportunity to try these myself, so this is me speaking through other videos and reviews that I have seen. But both of these machines are very nice and capable for the price. So the leg extension and curl machine has a very nice power curve to it. As you saw with my leg extension and curl machine, its power curve, or excuse me, strength curve. That's the word, strength curve. The strength curve is not great. You have very little resistance at the beginning of the exercise, whether it's the curl or the extension, and then maximum resistance when you are fully engaging your muscle. That is not ideal for full hypertrophy benefits. So RitFit was able to mitigate that by using pulleys, and from what I have seen, they've done very well. On top of that, even their standalone leg extension curl machine is about half the price of Titan's leg curl and extension machine. The difference with a RitFit is for the curl, it is a lying leg curl rather than a sitting leg curl, which I prefer anyways. And from what I understand, it's a better method of curl for your hamstrings. You get a little bit more stretch and a little bit more squeeze out of a lying leg curl than you will a sitting leg curl. So if you have a little bit more money, this is honestly, put these together, 330, 200. It's an amazing deal. Like you will have a full home gym with $3,200 plus the cost of a bar. Strength Warehouse. So Strength Warehouse has this set for $1,100. You have a 4-post rack, and you can tell it's a little bit of a cheaper rack based off the safety bars. Now, there's nothing wrong with that. It just might get a little annoying to you. The barbell in this as well is then every time you get on one of these websites, there's some sort of thing to get you on a mailing list, I swear. All right, so you can tell here that this barbell has a hex bolt at the end. Now, this is a way that you can tell that barbells are of a lower quality. Doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with it, but you most likely do not have the best bearings or bushings, and you're going to wear it out faster than you would if you were to buy one from like Rogue, Texas, RitFit, or whoever else you may decide to go with. The Poseidon bar is pretty awesome. But for $1,100, you get, let's see, how much weight do you get? Does it even tell you? Okay, 160 pounds. So you get 160 pounds of bumper plates, so you can go up to 205. So not a whole lot. You'll probably pretty quickly need to buy more plates. But it's not a horrible deal for $1,100. Once again, like I said, you really got to take shipping into account. Some of these companies will offer free shipping over a certain amount, or they'll ask if you want to just come pick it up from their warehouse. And that saves both you and them. However, that depends on where the warehouse is, of course. And that's all we got for new. So let's kick over to Facebook. So I picked these out previously. These are all in the Knoxville area, by the way, Knoxville, Tennessee. So this is the full home gym setup. This is a fantastic deal. So $600. You have 510 pounds of weight. So you can see you got 445s, you got 425s, 35s, all the way down to 2.5s. You also get a bunch of accessories, which is very nice. You can see that you have stuff for pull downs. Looks like some ankles. Oh, you even have barbells here. Barbell attachments. That's awesome. And then you also have a set of dumbbells, only going up to 25, but that's more than, well, not necessarily more than enough, but it's very nice. And then you can tell with the bench, you are able to do lying leg curls and leg extensions with the bench. Weightlifting rack with high and low pulleys. That's very nice. So you can do things such as lat pull downs. You can do curls. You can do tricep press downs, things like that. You have dip handles. Bench is adjustable. Decline as well, which I don't even have a decline bench. Mine is only incline. So this is a very nice setup for 600 bucks. Definitely affordable and makes sense. Let's look at this one. So this one's 1530. Actually, they just dropped this one since the last time I opened it. So this one doesn't have a whole lot. You have a grind 4-post rack. You can tell it's a little bit of a cheaper rack, like I said, based off the safeties there. And you come down, you got 425s, 215s, 445s, 235s, 25-pound synergy bar, which that synergy bar is the shorter one that's in the picture with the red Cerakote. And then your 20-kilogram grind bar. Now this one I think is overpriced. This is not something that I would get. So if I were to look into this, I would look at how long this post has been up, if he's posted it before, and probably just shoot him a message and say, hey, I'm not looking to pay anything near that, but if you're willing to work with me based on how long the post has been up, I'm willing to, come to an agreement. Definitely negotiate that one. All right, so last one, 250 bucks. Whole home gym, 250 bucks. Now this is if you're on a real budget, you really want to get something, you really want to work out at home. I think this is a great find. So everything works, has normal wear and tear. Well, yeah, it's going to have normal wear and tear. Now, if you notice, there are some 1-inch weights in this. So we'll open this up real quick. So it's a body solid. That's a very, very good rack. You have 50-pound dumbbells. That's nice. You can see there's a little wear, some rust, some flaking. That post needs to be worked on. I mean, really just sand it down, paint it. Like, there's nothing wrong. Weight's weight. So, I mean, unless it's falling apart, it's going to be fine. You also have, here you have a pec deck, pull down. I mean, I don't know how much weight this can handle. However, it's a great start. I mean, 250 bucks. You're not beating this. Have some more weights. Bench is a bit beat up, but you also have 1-inch dumbbells there. So I don't know. I think those are the 1-inch weights. So you have some adjustable dumbbells as well. I really like that one. 250, literally a whole home gym. So the last item that I wanted to go over, and of course we're going to have this problem. So let's do this. We got to go back and grab that one. Da-da-da. All right, so the last thing that I wanted to go over is adjustable dumbbells. So when you're building a home gym on a budget, of course, dumbbells are very nice to have. Non-adjustable dumbbells are extremely expensive. You're normally looking at least $700 for a set of 5 to 50, and if you find something cheaper, which you will, most of the time you're gonna add that to your cart. You're gonna be like, oh yes, I'm getting a great dealer. I'm getting 5 to 50, 500 bucks, and then you get to shipping, which is also 500 bucks. That's when you realize it's not really a great deal, is it? So, Yes for All, not necessarily known as the best company to buy, but I'll tell you what, I've had these exact dumbbells for 4 years. I beat the dog crap out of them. They are iron plates, and I've thrown them around with 85 pounds, 100 pounds. I'm talking, I've literally had to dump them before, and they hold up through everything. Like dumping them straight onto the plates, they hold up. So this is the 200-pound set, which is the one I have, which is 386 on here. And then you can also, if you don't need that much weight, you can go down to the 52.5, and that's only $159, which really is not bad at all. And like I said, the only thing that's annoying is the constantly changing weights. So like for my workouts, if I'm going to use my dumbbells, I will set one weight and then I'm not going to change it. So I kind of base whatever exercises I'm going to do around the dumbbell exercises that I'm going to do, and put whatever weight is going to be the most challenging for most of the exercises I'm doing with dumbbells, which isn't a whole lot. So those are my recommendations for used and new. Let's talk about my home gym. So first, in the comments, don't cheat. I want you to tell me how much money you think I've spent on my home gym. And I'll start off by telling you that I've gone over the retail price for everything, and my home gym would retail minus my lifting equipment, and by that I mean wraps, knee sleeves, elbow sleeves, belts, things like that. I'm sitting at $5,600 retail in equipment. Now, I spent $3,600 on everything that I have in there currently, which in comparison saved over $2,000 from retail. Very, very good. And I did buy a few of my pieces retail. So tell you what's retail, when COVID first hit, that is when I bought my first package set. And that came with my incline bench, the rack, one of my barbells, the one that I was talking about was bent now, and then my bumper plates. All of that came retail right when COVID hit. I was like, well, can't go to the gym, guess I'll do what everyone else does now and buy one. So that was all $1,800 back in 2020-ish. Like, you know when COVID was, you lived through it too. And then the leg extension curl machine, Titan's real proud of that thing now. They've got it marked up to $800 on their website. They have a special running right now where it's still like $650. I bought that thing when it was like $400 and something, and that is where I would place the value of it at. Especially with RipFits, even if you just straight up buy theirs is like $420 as well. So I would definitely if I redid it, go with RipFits. And I'm even considering just going ahead and buying it, because I think I want that one more anyways. And then, let me know if that's a video you guys want to see. If you guys want to see me compare the RipFit leg curl extension machine with Titan's, I think that'd be a pretty cool video. And I also get my my other leg curl and extension machine. So let me know in the comments if that's something you want to see. But yeah, I think that's about it. If you like these videos, please let me know. Like, subscribe. Got more to come. If you have any ideas, of course, kind of a small channel, so more apt to take advice for what you guys want to see. And then I will see you in the next one. Oh, you guys gotta do one more thing for me. If you haven't been to the gym today, go to the gym. Check out this video somewhere. I'll see you next time.
Artlist.io.
Check your weights.